Are you looking for the best space heaters? In this video we will look at some of the best space heaters on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Vornado MVH Whole Room Heater. The heat from this little Vornado can feel like a form of magic, spooky action at a distance. The MVH is remarkably quiet, a volume somewhere between a whisper and the rustle of a stream. At 6 feet, the breeze from its fan is barely perceptible. Not only does its chassis stay cool to the touch, you can rest a hand on its heat exhaust without pain.
Creating an intense
when I first turned it on, I suspected it might be broken.
The heat fails to venture far,
and yet within 15 minutes, a thermometer on my far back wall registered 5 degrees hotter, slightly higher than the thermometer right in front of the heater.
Unable to provide whole room comfort.
See what I mean?
A Vornado
Spooky.
is different.
The
Unlike
magic,
average
apparently,
heaters,
is a vortex action technology that sends out a column of gently spiraling warm air to bounce off walls and disperse, an explanation that sounds like marketing snake oil but whose results are measurable.
To create a
While multiple
current
Vornado
of warm
heaters
air
claim
throughout
mastery of the
entire
vortex,
room,
the
a Vornado
MVH
uses
offers the
walls
best
and
mix of
ceiling
fast
as
and even
pathways
heating,
to circulate
simplicity,
and
safety,
recirculate the
and
heat,
quietude.
leaving the whole room
Tip over
perfectly
shutoff is
warm
near
and comfortable.
instantaneous, and
For
overheat
added
protection
safety,
is
a
likewise
Vornado comes
reliable.
prepared for everyday
Vornado's
unexpected
5-year
incidents.
warranty, with
It
good service
automatically
reports
shuts
from
off if tipped
customers
over,
online,
or if
is
something
also a
blocks the
bonus.
airflow.
But note that
And
the
because a
MVH is
Vornado doesn't
analog,
need to
with a
use
mechanical
intense heat,
thermostat,
it remains
and there's
cool
no
to the
fan
touch,
for summer
no
use.
matter how long it runs.
It does only what
With
it
its
does,
5-year warranty,
and does it well.
longevity is something that you
For a
won't
similar
have to
but
worry
slightly
about.
louder model with a
So,
fan and digital
can a heater
readout,
keep your
get the
entire
Vornado
room comfortable
AVH10,
without using
described
intense
lower on
heat
this
and
list.
still remain cool?
At number 2. Dyson Purifier Hot Plus Cool HP07. The HP07 isn't just a heater. It's an app-enabled air quality sensor, a HEPA and carbon air filter, a hydrometer, an actually accurate thermometer, a cooling fan, and, yes, a classic resistance heater. Like most Dyson fans, it looks like a droid without a face. The Dyson's actual fan is hidden in its base, pushing hot or cool air around the top loop and blasting it out using what Dyson proudly announces is jet engine technology. If you turn up the fan full blast, it'll sound like it. Other quirks include non-existent paper instructions, which are hidden instead in the settings function of a phone app. Dyson says this is to save the earth, though they could have first nixed the over-generous cardboard packaging. The US version of the device and phone app both lack temperature controls, so woe betide those who lose the Wii remote that affixes magnetically to the heater's top. And yet, Lord, it's nifty. Though priced accordingly, the HP07 is the most sophisticated home atmospheric management tool I tested for this guide. It heats the room evenly and quickly, has no exposed elements or blades, cleans easily, looks kinda fun, continually filters small particles from the air, and remains cool to the touch. Its accurate thermostat is a unicorn-level rarity among space heaters. Meanwhile, the app provides extensive environmental information and tracks it over time, which becomes a sort of hobby if you let it. If you don't care about the smart app whizbangery, the first-generation HP10 costs a couple hundred less and doesn't connect to the app. At number 3. Dreo Smart Wall-Mounted Heater with ALCI plug. A cold bathroom in the morning feels cruel and unnecessary. But a space heater on the floor can feel reckless in a room with a bathtub. A fixed wall unit, mounted away from the shower, is a more credible solution to early morning shivers. This slim-profile Dreo offers IP24 certification against splashes, plus the same ALCI plug you'll find on your hairdryer to prevent shocks. The heater's app-enabled smart function means you can turn the heater on from the warmth of your bed, and bask in the glow of a warm bathroom by the time you arrive. It's also great for your home's other cool spots that lack convenient floor space. The wall-mounted Dreo heats a mid-sized room within 15 minutes, though even heat distribution depends strongly on central wall placement. Other helpful phone app features include usage tracking over time, Alexa voice compatibility, and button push calibration of the thermostat. You'll need that calibration. The thermostat on this unit fares better than earlier generation devices from Dreo, but can still be confused by light breezes or the device's own heat source. Installation is pretty straightforward, provided you've hung a framed picture before. But make sure to mount the Dreo high enough to be out of reach for curious youngsters. While the housing stays cool, the heat exhaust vent can get hot to the touch. At number 4. Ellipse Ceramic Tabletop Heater. This little ceramic number from Lasko was the space heater I kept reaching for while testing dozens of other space heaters. It's not the most obvious choice, it doesn't heat a room evenly, its grill surface gets wackily hot, and the thermostat is an inside joke. I'm not sure I'd run it near babies or small dogs. And yet I still kept voting for it with my cold feet. Why? Because this little thing can radically change my whole experience of life within about 15 seconds of being turned on. It brings the heat, as they say, though mostly within an 8-foot radius. Within that manifold, it's like living inside a hairdryer, which is more pleasant than it sounds. You're warm and lovely from your heartcockles to your cankles. On the safety front, the device's tip-over and overheat shutoff work as quickly and as well as any heater I tested. The remote control is a welcome convenience to turn down the heat blast whenever I start to feel like a roast duck. At number 5. Vornado AVH 10-hole room heater. I've had overall good luck with no-frills Vornado heaters, which tend to heat quietly and well. The Kansas-based legacy company, whose simple, American-made fans are prized by our gear team, also offers an exemplary 5-year warranty. This is a good insurance policy, given scattered online reports of inconsistency in space heaters mostly made overseas. The AVH10 is quite similar to our top pick, including visually, and distributes heat just as well around a room. The upgrade is that this one also comes with a cooling fan to make it useful in the summer, and offers a digital thermostat we found to be accurate within a couple degrees or so, no mean feat among heaters we tested. The main downsides are a louder fan with a more palpable breeze than the MVH, and a higher price tag. Vornado's mechanical tip-over protection, which triggers each time the device is moved, is also best with analog devices like our top pick. With digital heaters like this one, the heater must be turned back on with a loud beep and then reset, a small but continual inconvenience. Want a timed shutoff and a remote? We haven't yet tested it, but the upgraded TAVH10 offers both at a slight premium. At number 6. Honeywell Uberheat 5 Ceramic Space Heater. North Carolina-based Honeywell offers good value at the no-nonsense end of the heater spectrum, without sacrificing any safety features. I'm partial to the straightforward honesty of the Uberheat 5, which pushes heat, quickly, from a small and simple package. It also looks like a tiny guitar amp, if that's a selling point. You'll find these little no-frills Honeywells in countless greenhouses and garages and utility rooms. There are just 2 settings, 900 watts and 1500 watts. The thermostat is a truly analog mechanical switch, which can offer fine-tuning and a lot of flexibility across a broad temperature range. Just note that while the housing and handle stay cool, the heater's broad exhaust grate gets pretty hot and it's a bit louder than other top choices, which is why we like it best as a utility heater. Also, while we tested the black-cased version, for whatever reason the white-colored variant is priced significantly lower. At number 7. Dreo Solaris 718. I have mixed feelings about tower heaters. In theory, towers are great because they're tall and people are tall, and so the heat they release is closer to our heads. But in practice, heat rises all by itself, and compact heaters with the same power work just as well. Meanwhile, towers topple easily, their tall silhouette makes them conspicuous in a room, and they can be more difficult to clean. But this low-key conical Dreo Solaris 718 has won me over a bit, despite its non-zero resemblance to a Dalek from Doctor Who. It's among the most wondrously silent heaters I tested, nearly inaudible at its lowest setting and still restrained at full steam. So far, it's also free from cheaper oscillating heaters' tendency to groan or squeak while rotating from side to side. The Solaris heats quickly and distributes its warmth nonchalantly about the room, its housing stays approachably cool. Alas, the built-in thermostat is just as wonky as most other space heaters on the market, so you're better off using the remote to choose among the Solaris 5 steady heat settings.